Today on MetCast, I'm going to break down what's going on with Pete Alonso, what's happening at first and third, what are our options, and what the hell is Michael K smoking? Welcome back to MetCast, friends. As always, I am Rain. If you like our content, please like and subscribe. Helps the channel so much. But let's get right into it. There is a crazy amount of Yankee meltdown going on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, you name it, TikTok. They are absolutely melting down. Now, all of a sudden, for 2 weeks, or not 2 weeks, the last few days, all I've heard was Kyle Tucker, Kyle Tucker, Kyle Tucker. That's all I keep hearing about. He's better than Juan Soto. He's better than Bellinger. He's better than all these people. And now that the Yankees have missed out on them, now they pivoted to Bellinger. But you know how it is. Guys like Michael K just keep coping. I want to bring this clip to you guys. This asinine clip that I seen on the internet. He's pretty much saying that he only came here for the money, and I'm going to debunk that shortly after.
Probably don't agree. I think that if the Miami Marlins came up with $850 million for 15 years, he'd be playing in Miami. And they have no future. Just like A-Rod played in Texas.
That's a false argument, though, Michael.
But A-Rod played in Texas.
Yeah, I'm aware, but Alex is not Juan. Juan is not Alex. And the Miami
Alex
Marlins
is so much of a better player than Juan Soto in his prime.
Yeah, I actually think that is a I don't know so much of a better player. He was a better player. I think that's a reasonable thing to say. But I don't think that comparing this offer that didn't exist with the Marlins and trying to essentially say that Juan Soto was chasing the money.
All right, you guys get the gist of the video there. And I want to tell you right now, it was $5 million. Do you think $5 million would have kept any player making $750 million from going where they wanted to go? We've heard time and time again, Juan Soto wanted to be a New York Met. Steve Cohen sold him on what he's going to do this year and in the future. And I get Met fans every day in my direct messages on X telling me Stearns is a small market guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. All this mumbo jumbo. The offseason is not over, Mets fans. The trade market's going to come alive very shortly, I predict. There's still plenty of free agents out there. Now, I want to get to what's going on with Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso clearly wants to be a New York Met. It's already widely out there that he told his agent that he wants to give the Mets the opportunity to match any offer. Now you hear the Cubs may be involved, the Yankees may be involved, you may get other teams involved, Arizona might be involved. But at the end of the day, we all know Pete Alonso wants to be a New York Met, and they're going to get the last crack at him. But I want to take a deeper dive into Pete Alonso and his statistics and match them up against somebody who's going to have a similar contract probably in regard to him. So here are Pete Alonso's numbers. And there's no denying. Look at last year's stats. 240, 34 homers, 88 RBIs, and 788 OPS. The lowest of his career. But 788 is still pretty damn good. Now, we all know Pete Alonso was in a pretty big slump throughout the whole year. It felt like he could never catch his groove. But that's what happens sometimes with players like this. You'll see the anomaly year. Now, he's only 30 years old, but we got to compare him to somebody who I'll bring up right now. Here's my comparison. Matt Olson. Matt Olson got paid from Oakland, having a 911 OPS, and the year before, 734. Very comparable. But let's keep in mind, Olson was 27 when he went from the Oakland A's, as you could see here, to the Atlanta Braves. And he got that 8-year contract. 8 years, $168 million, which ends up being about $21 million a year. Now you're talking with Pete Alonso potentially getting way more money than that, which for me, I don't know. shorter years. He's 30. He's a few years older. I cannot give Pete Alonso 8 years. I love him just like you guys do. But you always also have to think of the future of the organization. The Mets have one of the best first base prospects in all of baseball in Ryan Clifford coming up. 21 years old, probably a year or two away. You have Mark Vientos, who doesn't really stand out as a crazy great third baseman. It would probably be an above average first baseman defensively. And then you also have to weigh the other options. What other players are potentially on the market? You see the Alex Bregman rumors. Those are starting to come about. I don't think they're true. I understand his gold glove at third base. His stats are what they are. He started off bad last year, but through the final 3 or 4 months, he was pretty damn good when you ask me. And his OPS still ended up fairly decent. But what are the other players that could potentially be out there? And here's a player that I have in mind. Now, there's rumors that San Diego is going to be having a fire sale. You saw a John Heyman report on it. And here is Manny Machado. Manny Machado last year had a 797 OPS. He is pretty much one of the models of consistency when you go up and down his career. He's always around 280 and 30 plus home runs. Last year was kind of a down year for him, but still 275, 29 home runs, 105 RBIs. He's the kind of player you bring in. Everybody knows the cannon he's got from third base, the nostalgia he would bring. It would allow Mark Vientos to go to first base. Now, here's the downside of Manny Machado, and this is where things could get a little sticky. When we go into Spot Track and we look at his current contract, he's owed 9 more years. He's got 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and 33. Now, if San Diego's really looking to get off that contract, maybe you make it where they pay the last couple years. That's what I would be looking at. Because in this market, $31.5 million is not crazy for a player of his caliber. If you were telling me coming into this season, your lineup could be Lindor, Nimmo, Soto, Machado, Vientos, that is a hell of a 1 through 5. Absolute hell of a 1 through 5. And there's also other options out there as well. And now let's not forget the pitching side of things. David Stearns has an absolute ton of work to do with this team. And I'm hoping we're not going to just go mid-market everywhere. We still have the payroll flexibility. You heard David Stearns talk about it, that we still have plenty of resources, quote unquote, to do what we want to do. Now, the Yankees got Devin Williams. He was one of my targets. Would have been a hell of an 8th inning man for Edwin Diaz. That ship has sailed. But you got to bring back Minaya at this point, because you're not going to trade for a frontline starter. They don't grow on trees. So you bring him back, you ride with the rotation. Maybe you get another above average bullpen arm. You have to do that. I bring Stanek back, and I would look to add another above average bullpen arm. And it's either Pete or, in my mind, Machado. I know a lot of you guys out there want Alex Bregman, but in my mind, he's not a fit for this team. He's just not. I don't see him in a Mets uniform. Hell, I don't even see him in a Yankees uniform. I just don't. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Are you also for a Manny Machado move, or are you just so set on Pete Alonso coming back? What is your backup options? Are you guys a Christian Walker type of fan? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Appreciate you guys sticking around, and until next time, take care.